Just a quick disclaimer before we start this video. I had my mic really loud accidentally in this video, so if I have like kind of a staticky voice when I get to a loud tone, I apologize. But yeah, let's get into it. Hey everyone, what is going on, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be ranking all of the ranked maps that are in the current pool for Year 5 Season 1. So yeah, at the moment I'm just going to rank all of the current ranked maps that are in the game, and if you guys would like me to make this like a recurring series every season towards the end of the season after I've played a lot and I figured out what I feel like, I can definitely keep making these videos if you guys are interested. But yeah, maps are really opinionated a lot. There's really nothing wrong with any of these maps. It just depends on your opinion on when you play them and what you come up against, I guess. I wouldn't say there's really a bad map in this pool. Obviously, there's a lot of maps that are out of meta, and that's what I'm going to put at the lower ranks, obviously. But maps are very opinionated. It depends on the person. So obviously, this is all my opinion. And don't come at me if you disagree with something. Just make sure to let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I thought I'd make this video just to let you guys know what I think of the maps in ranked at the moment though, and my opinion on where they all stand and where they are in the meta at the moment. So this is going to be coming from my perspective. Again, make sure to let me know down in the comments below if you're interested in sharing your own opinion. Don't be toxic. I'm definitely willing to have a chat though. And if you guys are interested in checking out my Twitch, go down to the link down in the description below. I stream over there every day except for Saturday, and you guys can come check me out there. I'm happy to see you guys there. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the first map we have here is Villa. Villa, in my personal opinion, is one of the best maps in the game right now. I feel like it's really well balanced between attack and defense, and I just believe personally it's really well done at the moment, and it's just one of the strongest maps in the game. So honestly, I think Villa's a love to see it, if I'm gonna be real. When I see Villa come up on my screen, I definitely love to see it. If you guys have watched the streams, you would know that. Villa's probably my most liked maps at the moment, along with, you know what, I'll save that for later, but yeah. Villa is just a really good all-around map. I feel like it's not really compact. It's in meta. It's a little bit difficult to push certain objectives if you're playing against a coordinated team. Like say you're pushing Aviator, if they're holding that down, it's going to be very difficult for you to push because there's only, yeah, you know, it's not that difficult, but there's only a few certain entry points to get into that site. And if they're holding that down hard with little roams, then it's really difficult to get in there without a hard breacher. But yeah, Villa, in my opinion, is just one of the top tier maps, and I'm not gonna be friendly to these maps. Like, I'm gonna put them where I believe they deserve to go, and in my opinion, Villa just deserves to be at the top spot. Now, coming in next, we have Cafe, and Cafe is a little bit iffy for me. I feel like it's more, I don't even know. I feel like it's more defender sided. I feel like, but it's not unbalanced, if you know what I mean. Like, it's definitely not unbalanced. It's just one of those maps that, like, it's so big, you just don't like it. Like, it's just. Cafe I've always not really liked. Old Cafe I liked much better. But new Cafe, definitely, I don't have any problems with it. But in my opinion, I think it is a meh. I definitely feel Cafe belongs where it is at the moment just because it's a really big map. And I feel like the defenders definitely have the advantage in that situation with roaming. Because obviously it's very difficult to keep angles on all of these staircases. There's 3 staircases now, I think. 2 going to the very top floor, 3 coming from low to middle. And yeah, just. The map's really big, and it's a really roam-dominated map, I feel like. And if you don't clear this out properly, you're definitely going to get done dirty by just the whole thing. Like, it's just a big map. Nothing really wrong with it, in my opinion. That's why I'm not putting it in the trash section. It's still in meta. It's fair. But definitely some objectives like Kitchen are really difficult to attack because there's only 2 entry points, obviously. But yeah, hard breaching just makes every unpushable site easy. But if they are playing with somewhat decent people, it's very hard to get that hard breach off, which basically ruins your whole offensive push. Pushing upstairs on this map, a pain. Pushing downstairs on this map, a pain. The other 2 objectives are definitely pushable, but those 2 objectives are just really difficult to push, and that's why I feel like it's just a meh map at the moment. So next up, we have Outback. Outback, in my opinion, I used to really hate Outback. It was really just out of meta at the time. I think this was like last season, the season before. It was really just a difficult map to play, but I feel like it's definitely grown on me a lot. And the strategies that I've learned, like, to kind of play on this site and these maps, all the defensive sites are good. And in my opinion, it's a very defender-sided map. Attacking is possible, but obviously you have the advantage when you're a defender. So it's not unbalanced, but it's definitely still defender-sided. But I think Outback is playable. It's not something I love to see, so it's not going to be up there. But honestly, I have no problems with Outback. It's still a pretty solid map. No problems with it whatsoever, and it holds its ground. Obviously, when you're playing on defense, you have access to 4 great objectives. Honestly, in my opinion, there is nothing wrong with any objective. It just depends on what type of team you're playing with. If you're playing with a 5-stack, you can basically go anywhere with comms. If you're playing like less people, I'd say Party Office or Games is probably your best option. Party Office brings you strategies like anchoring, but obviously Party Office has a lot of entry points, unlike something like Compressor downstairs where it only has a few entry points, but you can get really stitched up from above. It's just a mix and match, really, depending on how you're playing. Like, if you want to go Compressor, you need roamers. If you want to go Party, you need anchors, But it's definitely still defender-sided, in my opinion. Majority of the objectives, like Compressor, are very difficult to attack if you do not really utilize your time. Like, if you get into a late round push, if the defenders are Compressor, you're really going to struggle to get in there because it's just such an easily defended objective. There's minimal doors, and it's very difficult to get into the actual site. But yeah, Outback, in my opinion, is just really a playable map, and it definitely deserves to be where it is, and I think it will stay there for a while. Next up, we have Coastline, and I'm just going to straight up say it. Coastline, for me at the moment, is a love to see it. Coastline is one of the most balanced maps, in my opinion. Every objective is attackable, and every objective is defendable. In my opinion, it's just a great all-around map. It really brings together the way Siege should be played, and it's not based on, depending on the map. It's based on just conjoining together and fighting for the win, judging on skill. I have no problems with Coastline at all. Basically, every objective except Blue Bar is good to attack and defend. Blue Bar, just get that shit out of there. If you guys are picking Blue Bar, you really need a serious knocking in the head of someone. I don't even know. Never play Blue Bar. That's my tip to you if you guys take anything from this video. But yeah, Coastline is just a great all-around map, and I believe it definitely deserves to be at the love to see it spot with Villa. Whenever I see Coastline, it's just a little bit of a better thing, because I know it's definitely superior to the rest of the other maps on this list, and there's definitely some left that are going to be put in the trash, and I'm going to shit on them. But Coastline all-around is just a great map. It has really good just balance. I've said this a lot, but balance on Coastline is honestly one of the best things it has. There's no objective that's too difficult to attack, and there's no objective that's too difficult to defend. You just have to do it right. Utilizing strategies on this map is definitely the way to go if you're looking to secure the win. Mirror strats work very well on the kitchen objective, whereas upstairs, holding down anchor points on that B site with maybe an echo or something works rather significantly. But obviously with all the entry points into basically every objective, it is really not easy to defend any, and gives the attackers a fair chance of actually getting the round in, and that's what I like so much about this map. And that's what I believe makes it such a great map, and why it deserves to be at the love to see it. So next up we have Consulate. At the start of this season, I honestly believed Consulate deserved to be at the trash spot. I thought it was really out of meta. I really just didn't like it at all, and I still really don't like it, so that's why I'm going to put it at the meh section. Honestly, at the moment, Consulate, it's a little bit meh. That's basically all I have to say. That's why I made this category. It's not unbalanced. I feel like it's pretty balanced. You can attack majority of objectives, and you can defend majority of objectives, but basically, after you get through those two sites, it's just an attacking game. Attackers can attack lobby so easily. It's such an open area, nowhere to go, nowhere to anchor. It's just a horrible objective, so you only have two objectives really to defend, and then you're just fucked, unless the other team is horrible. And yeah, this map is just really not with it at the moment. I feel like it's definitely still not really in the meta at the moment, especially with its recent removal that they took it out for so long, and it's come back and people are still trying to get used to it again with the whole playstyles and stuff like that. I just don't see anything special about Consulate that puts it up there. I definitely used to really enjoy Consulate, I honestly did, but it's just, yeah, Consulate, it just deserves to be in the meh section for me. I don't really have much else to say about it. It's just meh. I know I said that a lot, so we're going to move on. So next up we have Border, and honestly, Border, it's a love to see it for me. These three maps are definitely the three maps I most like seeing when I get into ranked games. Border, I feel like, is very balanced, and it deserves to be at a top tier spot. There's really no issues with Border, honestly. It's a very well-sized map. It's definitely fair depending on attacking or defending. There's places for you to sneak in, and there's also places for you to get jumped. There's really nowhere that you can be safe. This is how you know the map size is good, and it deserves to be the size it is. And along with this, defender objectives are pretty good, but there's definitely ways to attack them as well that doesn't put the attackers out of the game, which I believe makes it very balanced. I definitely believe Border deserves to be up the top in the love to see it section just because of its pure just balance. Along with all three of these maps that I have in love to see it, there's really nothing wrong with them, and that's why I like them so much. Utilizing an attack on this map is actually very fair, and I really enjoy attacking on Border just because it's fun, because people running out, it's a little bit stressful, and just getting into that site, taking site, it's really, it's one of the most aggressive site takes you can do in this game because of how kind of open they are. There's a lot of walls that need to be reinforced, and if they don't get reinforced, you can take that, and it's just really fun to attack on Border in my opinion. And then on defense, it's really fun to just run out, using spawn peaks on this map with that balcony run outs that people use so often when they're rappelling up to try and get into these sites when you're at armory lockers. It's really fun to just run out. I personally like doing the run out at the top of East Vehicle Stairs, where you run out and you peek the ventilation shafts. I've been doing that for years now. It's really just fun. Obviously, I don't do it against higher ranks because they're just going to pre-fire me, but it's still fun to do, and I enjoy that one personally. And just all around Border is a really enjoyable map for me, along with Villa and Coastline, and yeah, that's what makes them good. Now next up we have Oregon. Oregon at the start of the season, as most new maps when they are implemented at the very start of the season, made me want to die. I did not want to play Oregon, I just fucking hated it. The rework, I was just like, why did they rework this map? It didn't need it. And actually no, that's not true. I really believed Oregon needed a rework and I was happy with it. But when they actually reworked it, I still just wasn't happy with Oregon. I've always really kind of had a passion to hate Oregon. But I believe now that I've got a little bit more experience on it, I'm not going to call it trash. I think it definitely deserves to be in the meh section. I don't have any problems with Oregon at the moment. I feel like its spacing is really good. It's really not that bad. I feel like the addition of staircases that they put everywhere on this map was just unnecessary. There was really nothing too OP about that, and I didn't really have any problems with the old Oregon, except for just how small it was. The fact that they made it bigger is definitely good, and I think that rework change is the thing we needed. But all these additional rooms got added, just make it a little bit more difficult to control, which is obviously something you have to get used to, and it's just meh in my opinion. But roaming on this map is definitely something you can do with a little bit more space now because of all of basically every room's conjoined now, unlike what they used to be. There's doors everywhere, there's really no room that's singled out. There's new rotations going around backside, going through the meeting hall, that go through the kitchen from behind, that rotate to meeting hall, and just all of these new rotations that open flanking routes and roaming that just really open the map up, which I think it was a good improvement. Obviously, when it first came out, everyone hated it because no one knew where they were going, but as you get into progression, it definitely made it better. But yeah, I just don't believe Oregon is really a top tier map in my opinion. I just don't really see it as great. Obviously, opening it up and all that was good and all, but I still just never liked Oregon, so I'm just going to put it at the mess section, and that's my opinion. Coming in next, we have Theme Park, and honestly, I have no problems with Theme Park at the moment, but the fact that it's so defender-sided, it just makes it really difficult to play on, and that's why I'm going to put it at currently trash. Honestly, I have no problems with Theme Park. I think it's fine, but the amount of outer meta it's really in at the moment is just not relevant at all, and the fact that it's so defender-sided on basically every site, it just deserves to be in the bottom, in my opinion. It's just not with it at the moment, and it's just not really the map that we need to be playing on at the moment. As you guys will probably know, there is the objective called Throne Room on Theme Park that is an absolute pain to push. Obviously, if you can get the walls open on the side with a thermite, it is much easier to push, but still then, they just have so many corners to hide in. They have such a small area that they have to defend. Basically, majority of the roof isn't touchable in the throne area. The other one is destroyable, but it's just really difficult to get in there, and that's the main thing that makes it defender-sided. That's that one objective that pisses everyone off. And even upstairs in Initiation or Bunk, it's just still so defender-sided. I just feel like it's really out of meta in terms of balance at the moment. And with the whole defenders just roaming everywhere these days, it's really difficult to control, and I just believe it doesn't deserve to be in the game. Okay, I may have exaggerated a little bit. It's not bad, but it's just, I just don't see it really working at the moment. No one really likes it. Obviously, some people do. Me including, I don't hate it. It's like some people fucking hate this map, but me, honestly, I don't mind it, but it's just still so unbalanced at the moment that it just makes it trash, and it deserves to be at the bottom spot. Chalet. Alright, this is the one where I'm gonna rant. Straight up trash. Chalet is just dog shit in my opinion. It's just, I don't even have an explanation for it. It's just when I load into this map, I start crying. This thing is just horrible in my opinion. It is really, really small, so it's so easy to just get cucked by people. Like, if you push upstairs, basically the other side of the map is within one door of you. That's how small this map really is, and it's only that type of size basically every sprint. It's just so annoying to push. Honestly, you're just getting spawn peeked all the time by people peeking windows on defense, and then when you are defending, you're just getting cucked by bloody bum rushers rushing the main wall, sprinting in with their smoke grenades and shotgunning you in the face. Like, this map all around just pisses me off in my opinion, and you guys can call me a gold for it if you guys are higher ranks and you actually like this map, but honestly, this map just really triggers me, and I just do not like playing on it at the moment. I feel like it's very out of meta, and they are reworking it late season, which I believe is definitely what they should be doing. And yeah, I'm not going to sit here and complain about all the things I hate about Chalet, but in my opinion, it's trash. So next up we have Bank, and honestly I believe Bank is fairly balanced at the moment, but it's not a love to see it, so I'm going to put it at Playable. Bank all around is just a very solid map. It's obviously very big, but it's not big like Cafe that makes it really unplayable. I feel like it's actually a pretty balanced big map. There's obviously the really open lobby area. That's basically the only big bit, to be honest. Square Stairs is a little bit open as well. It's a very open map. That's the main thing you'll find with it. But I feel like they pull it off pretty well. And yeah, all around, I think Bank can definitely pull off a solid hold. Majority of the defender sites are pretty good, but they are obviously attackable as well. And attacking isn't too difficult, utilizing things like the skylight or pushing through outside rooms that are very difficult to defend, so you guys can get into that site and start taking walls and stuff. The downstairs objective is definitely very difficult to push in my opinion when on the attacking side. You basically, getting hatches is a necessity to kind of pushing people out from obviously holding mirror holds on the second objective, which basically makes it impossible to push if you can't get rid of that mirror. And all that, it's just really difficult to play against in my opinion, but I think majority of the other sites are actually pretty balanced. It's just that one downstairs objective that I feel is difficult to push, but you can definitely pull it off if you guys push from multiple. Like, someone comes through garage, someone comes through CCTV, someone comes down main stairs, someone drops hatch maybe into lockers. If you surround people down there, that's the best way I feel like you can attack that site. But yeah, it's very difficult to attack that site in my opinion. But all around, I just think Bank is balanced and it's definitely a playable map. I don't hate it, and it's just something I don't mind seeing when I get into a game. Now coming in second last, we have Clubhouse, and again, I believe Clubhouse is just I believe it deserves to be in the playable section. Clubhouse, it's nothing special in my opinion. It's definitely kind of a little compact map, but it's really fun to play on in my opinion. There's a lot of things to do on it, like the outside exterior is really good for attacking, and you can utilize a lot of angles from balconies and outside on this map, which makes it fair for attackers to push into majority of sites except for downstairs. Actually, I'm going to correct myself there. You can still push into the downstairs objectives from outside with the tunnel push if you have a thermite or they didn't reinforce it. But yeah, I believe this map is actually quite well balanced. It's just not really something I find as one of my love to see it maps. It's just a playable map. I don't have any problems with it, obviously. That's what the playable section is. I don't have any problems with it. It's just not the top tier in my opinion. But I believe all three of those maps, Outback, Bank, and Clubhouse specifically, yeah, they're just all really playable maps, but they're not the best maps in my opinion. Obviously, again, this is my opinion, so don't hate. And yeah, Clubhouse is just a good balanced map. I feel like majority of the objectives are attackable and defendable, so obviously I have no problems with that, no hate towards the map at all, and yeah, I believe it belongs where it is in the playable section. And last but not least, we do have Canal, and honestly, when Canal rework first came out, as I've said with majority of these reworks, I fucking hated it. But now that I've had, three seasons, I don't know how long it's been out for, to play on it, I believe it belongs in the playable section. I have no problems with Canal. I believe personally it is a solid map. Attacking is actually pretty solid. I'd say attacking majority objectives is fair and it's balanced, and defending majority objectives is also fair. Defending's a little bit more difficult, honestly, in my opinion, on this map. You have to be definitely coordinated to stop pushes like people pushing the exterior wall with a thermite on upstairs objective, or them taking hatch on lockers downstairs objective, mid objective. It's a very vertical play map, I feel like. Majority of sites except for upstairs, you're going to get cucked from above, so you definitely need to have a solid roamer up there countering that. But all around, it's still definitely a defendable objective. Obviously, there's only so much pushing above can do, as long as you stay out of the line of sight or you frag off the person opening the floors. There's definitely stuff you can still do with it, and there's nothing wrong with pushing above, defending someone above you. It's just a little bit annoying, obviously, as I'm sure most of you guys know. But all around, I still see Canal as a solid map, and I have no problems with it at all, and I think it deserves to be in the playable section. And yeah, that is going to be all of the current ranked maps ranked into a tier. So at Love to See It, we have Villa, Coastline, Border. At Playable, we have Outback, Bank, Clubhouse, Canal. At Meh, we have Cafe, Consulate, Oregon. And at Trash, we have Theme Park and Chalet. If you guys have any different opinions on that, make sure to let me know down below. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion. And hopefully I can actually remember to respond to you guys' comments if you guys are raising valid opinions. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I'll make sure to try and read every comment about what you guys think about the maps and what you guys think about the next season. I hope you guys are looking forward to Steel Wave. I know I am, and yeah, it's going to be the season of my diamond. Just kidding. Again, if you guys would like to check out my Twitch channel, make sure to go check out the link down in the description below. I stream there every day except for Saturdays, 7:15 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. Come check me out. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys agreed with this list. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Control.